Welcome back, everybody, to Magnolia on Money, where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement. I'm Ed Cox with Magnolia Wealth. Today, I'm going to touch on something that is a little bit different than we normally talk about on the show. I've gotten a few questions on, Ed, I want to do something for a grandchild. They've just been born, they're young, and I want to do something that maybe they can have, when they get older, that something that they can say, hey, grandma, granddad, did this for me. And we've talked about it. There's a bunch of different ideas on this, but I want to touch on one that I think is really valuable. I think using this strategy can maybe instill some financial education in these children as they get older. So I'm going to show you an idea. Now, in this idea, I'm just going to use an example. The numbers can change. You can put less, more, and we're going to use hypothetical rate of returns. But it's just a point of getting started and helping a young person get started that this idea really came from. So I'm going to share my screen here in just a second. Let me pull up our thing. Let me share my screen. So you should be seeing a spin down. If you've been in our office, you've seen this before. But in this idea, we had a client who had a couple of $100s a month. And once again, some people may say, that's a lot of money per month. That's okay. This was just an example. You can do more, you can do less. Just the concept, I think, will hit home with a lot of people. So here I've got a couple of calculators I'm going to pull up. But first, this is in this plan, this person was a grandparent looking to save a couple of $100s a month for their grandchild. And they wanted to know what should I do? I said, okay, let's see what impact this is going to have on this grandchild. And so let's put $2,400 a year, okay? And they were going to do this starting now, and they were going to stop when their grandchild graduated high school, okay? So they're going to do it for 18 years. And we just said, okay, let's look at 8% return in the market. So if you're saving money for someone who doesn't need it for 18 years and possibly a lot longer, in this example I'm going to use 8%. I think it's a fair number, but that's only if you're invested this money into the market, which I think with the child that young, don't look at it as your money. Look at it as somebody who's 1 year old or 5 years old or whenever you get started. Hopefully they won't need this money for a long, long time. So in this case, this grandparent is going to put $200 a month starting the first year the child was born. And they're going to do that every single month until the child reaches 18. And at 18, they're going to not put any more money in. No more money will be put into this account. Okay. Think in your mind, what do you think how much money will be there at age 18? And that's where we're going to start. So at age 18, this person will have roughly $90,000. Okay. So a pretty good bit of money. But here's where the value, I think, really, really comes in. I think if you can teach this young person along the way and say, look, this is what I've done for you. I've put $200 a month in an account. And I'm going to ask you to do one thing. I'm going to ask you not to touch this money until you reach age 65, when it's time to retire. Age 65. Don't put another dime in it. So I've put all your money, I put all the money in there. Do not touch it and leave it alone till you're age 65. That's all I wish for this account. At age 65, your grandchild would have $3,346,000 in that account. And that's, once again, $200 a month, 18 years, no more money goes in the account, earning 8%. Pretty astonishing. And if you went a step further and say, grandchild, I want you to continue to put just 200. All you have to do through your working career is put $200 a month. And I want you to do that till you're age 65 when you retire. In this account that the grandparents started, you have right at $4.8 million in that account. All you had to do is put $200 on top of what we started. And once again, remember, some of you are thinking, Ed, I don't have the extra for $200, or I've got 5 grandkids. I can't. That's okay. My point is, it's not the amount of money, it's the time that whatever money you put in there, even if you cut that in half, 1,200, there's right at $2.4 million. Okay. So don't let the numbers get in the way. The point of this exercise is to, number one, I think it's a great legacy to leave to someone that you're wanting to do this with. And this, like I said, I get this question. That's why I'm going over this. But I think there's a great lesson to be learned there. So I'm going to go back to the original example, and I'm going to expound on this just a little bit. So in the first example, $2,400 a year, $200 a month, starting year one, when they graduate high school, you stop. They earned 8% for the period of time, and there is, 65, we said, $3.34 million. What would happen if your grandkid started when they're age 19, excuse me, I did that wrong, 19, and they did it all the way to age 65. So all you did was put it in there for 18 years. They put it in there for what, 46 years? Look at the difference. Your account that you only funded for the first 18 years is worth we'll just say 3.6, or no, excuse me, 65, it's 3.3 million. You put it in for 18 years and never put another dime in, and neither did they. They started when they were 19, graduated high school, put $200 a month. Their account's worth $1 million, over 3 times the amount of money. Why? Because you started early and you kept putting the money in for that first year. So the time value of that money for your heirs, for your grandchildren, this gift that you're giving them, is really what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference in long-term planning. So I hope this has helped. I hope some of you may use this idea. If you got any questions about it, please don't hesitate to call me. Remember, I just used random, amount of money. This was a current case that came in. Yours could be more or less. The real value here, once again, is the time, the lessons that can be learned with that account, and to be able to show them, look, if you will just do this and let the money grow and do what it's supposed to do over your lifetime, then they'll be amazed at what they'll have in the end. You will have given them a great start, no matter how much money you put in there on that monthly basis. So I hope this has helped. As always, God bless. Y'all have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.